Homebot. That's what I want to talk about this week. How I'm using Homebot to leverage great conversations with our realtors. Let me just back up just a little bit and explain to you what I'm dealing with in my area. Don't know how it applies to you in your area. But right now the competition seems to be super stiff. We've got in our area, we have a lot of small local banks being bought out by large banks who have mortgage lending departments. So whereas I'd had relationships with bankers before and bankers would send me their referrals because they really didn't have a mortgage department or they didn't have one that was focused on, so there was no big deal for them to send the referrals. Now they're being bought up by mortgage or banks that have mortgage lending divisions, and they are constantly hounding them for the referrals. So I've got realtors that have now mortgage companies within their offices. So competition's a lot stiffer than it used to be. So one of the value adds that I think that Guild has to offer that a lot of mortgage companies don't have is Homebot. And how I'm using that to leverage a conversation, I'll give you an example and then you can take it from there. But here's the example. We received a notification that says exploring markets, so-and-so is exploring the market, and it gives a zip code of the market that they are exploring. So we pick up the phone, we have a conversation with the customer, and the customer's, oh my gosh, not only am I exploring the market, but I'm moving there, and I've already talked to a mortgage company. Now, the mortgage company has already got them pre-approved and they're ready to go, and they're offering X discount because the company came referred to by the employer that was transferring. Okay, great. We can do the same thing. So pull back in that loan itself, but then on the other side, so what are you going to do with the house that you have here? Well, we were talking to so-and-so about listing it. Well, how about talking to the Paula, who listed it for you or helped you purchase the house? Oh my gosh, my husband and I were trying to figure out her name and I couldn't remember what her name is. I'm so glad you reminded me. Great. Let me put you in connection with Paula. I'm sure she would love to hear from you. See what she thinks about what you could get for the house, blah, 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 blah. Conversation goes from there. Then you get to pick up the phone and you call Paula. Hey, you remember Joe and Cindy? They are relocating and they are selling their house. They were going to call so-and-so, but I reminded them how amazing you are, blah, blah, blah. Then you get an opportunity. Hey, well, I have you on the phone. Who else do you know that you're working with this week that I can talk to and make sure they're ready to buy a house? My point of the conversation is to use Homebot as a value add and make sure the realtors know what you have to offer. We've got to be more than just a mortgage company for these realtors, because anybody and everybody's getting into the business and can do mortgage loans. It's what do we do that's different from the other mortgage company that matters. We've got Listing Booster, and if you get super good at Listing Booster, that could be your one thing. Homebot is another one thing. You've got to have that one plus and do it really, really well. One thing that we have too much of in this area is that one thing. So find your one thing and get really, really good at it and be that one thing that is the value add for your relationship with these realtors to give them something more than just mortgage loans. So that's my tip for you this week. We will talk next week about leads again, because I think that it's super important this time of year that your focus is on leads and gratification for any of the leads that you're receiving, because 'tis the season. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.